let me just summarize. So, to summarize, what we need is, we need the number of terms, right? We need the number of terms, that's n. Okay? What else do we need? We need the first term, that's a sub 1, and we need the last term, that's a sub n. Right, we need these three things, and then if we have these three things, we can add them up. Right, if we have these three things, we can find our sum. So let's do a few more problems. We'll practice this, like I said, we'll practice this, but let me just step up the difficulty slightly. I'm not going to give you this last term always. I'm not going to give you this last term. Okay? If you need to find it, you can use the explicit formula. See, there it is. That's yesterday's work. You can use the explicit formula to find it. Okay? You can use the explicit formula. So let me give us the last few problems here, stepping up the difficulty. And as I do that, let me introduce one symbol that you might not have seen before. Something new here. I want you to draw a line sideways. Then I want you to draw a line in like this, a line out like that, and another line sideways, perfectly parallel with the top line. It's like a sideways M or like an E kind of thing. This is called summation notation. All right, this is summation. This is a capital sigma. Capital sigma. Remember lowercase sigma, we did standard deviation, it looked like a little bomb. This is capital sigma. This means add it all up. This means add it all up. Add it up. You're going to have a number down here, so you have something like this, n equals 1. You have a number up here, 4 or 5 or whatever. Okay, you have n1 and 4. Think of this as like the bottom. This is the lower limits. This is the top. This is the upper limits. And right here, you're going to have a little formula. For example, n plus 2. Okay? This is what it's going to look like. This formula is your explicit formula. Again, that's where a study yesterday came in handy. So what does this mean? This is weird. Let me show you, let me practice with you exactly what's going on. What you do is start at the bottom. Like this is like the bottom. Like you're working your way up the house. You're working your way up the house. The bottom floor, n equals 1. Plug in the 1 to this machine. Plug in the 1 here, guys. What pops out? 3. And summation, so add it up. So plus, step up 1 floor. Second floor, n equals 2. Plug in a 2 here. What pops out? 4. Step up 1 floor. N equals 4. Oh, sorry, n equals 3. Can't count. 3 plus 2, what pops out? 5. Plus, n equals 4. You're at the top floor. You're at the top of the house. Plug in a 4 here. What pops out? 6. So this is the same as this. This is the same as this, which is the same as, if I add them up, let's see, that would be 9 and 9, right? 2 groups of 9, so 18. All 3 of these are the same thing. Summation, the adding, and the actual answer. Let's try a few of these. Call this one number 2. Expand. So give me a summation here. Sideways M. Sideways M kind of looks like a little E here. Let's start at the bottom floor as n equals 1. Top floor n equals 3. So that means you stop here. You stop at 3. Let's do 5n minus 1 for fun. Right? Again, let's do this one together. Start at the bottom floor. Plug in the 1 here, guys. You have 5 minus 1. What pops out of this machine? 4. Go up 1 floor. N equals 2. You're on the second floor. Plug in a 2 here. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 take away 1 gives you 9. So plus 9. Plus, you're at the top floor. We're going to stop here. Plug in a 3. What pops out of your machine? 14. That's it. This is the same as this, which is the same as 14, so 13 plus 14, 27. Any questions on sigma, summation notation? Just keep counting up until you reach the top. Plug it in, plug it in, plug it in, stop. Why don't you guys try one? Sideways m here. Let's go n equals 1 to 4. Let's do negative 3n. Go ahead and just plug that in there. What pops out? You can add them all up at the end. You should just count up. Start at 1. Start at the bottom of the house. Go up each floor. Go up each floor. Stop on the 4th floor. Plug it in. See what pops out. Plug it in. See what pops out. Plug it in. See what pops out. Alright, let's take a look here. So we start at our bottom floor. Plug in a 1 here. We get negative 3. Go to the 2nd floor, guys. What pops out of this? Negative 6. Go to the 3. What pops out of this? Negative 9. Go to the top floor. 4. We're going to stop here. Plug in the 4 here. What pops out? Negative 12. That's it. So negative 3 plus negative 6 plus negative 9 plus negative 12. Again, this is arithmetic series. I could figure this out and see that's going to be negative 15. And that's negative 15. So negative 15, that's going to give me negative 30. All right, this is the same as this, which is the same as this. To finish up, I want to go backwards. So number 3, let's write in summation notation. Let's write in summation notation. In other words, let's write in that little sigma guy. So let's say we have A is 2 plus 5 plus 8 plus 11 plus blah, blah, blah. N equals 33. So it's 33 of these guys. 2 plus 5 plus 8 plus 11 plus 14 plus 17 plus 20 plus blah, 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 all the way 33 terms. Okay, so what you're going to do, let's make our little sideways M here. Try to make them parallel with each other. It's kind of weird to write at first. I wrote them terribly for a really long time. So we're starting with N. N equals 1. And what's going to be the top floor of our house, guys? How many N's are we going to count up to? 33. So really, all you have to do here is you have to fill in this formula. What formula goes here? The explicit. And we learned how to do that yesterday. Let's do that. The explicit formula is this. A sub n equals A sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. That's from yesterday. What can we fill in? A sub 1? I know what A sub 1 is, guys. What's A sub 1? 2 plus n minus 1. I don't know what my n's are, but I know what my d is. What am I adding each time, ladies and gentlemen? 3. That's it. You could put it in like this, but remember I told you we're going to want to clean this up. It's going to be simpler later. So go ahead, do this little distribution. So 2 plus 3n minus 3. Combine your like terms. We get 3n minus 1. You've written it in sigma notation or summation notation. Why is this helpful? Think of this like a machine. You're going to have a couple problems in your homework tonight. I starred them. You're going to have a couple problems in your homework where I do not give you the last problem. I do not give you the last term. But if you have this machine, even if it's sideways like this, can you find the last term? What would you plug in for your n? You would plug in 33. So let's just figure out. What's 3 times 33? 99. Take away 1. What's your last term? 98. So even if I didn't give it to you, because the book's not going to give it to you on those last couple, you can use your explicit formula to figure it out. Okay, that's my hint. So to finish up today, I'm going to give you one more of these, and I'm going to do a book check to give points to those who brought their book. Remember, you don't have to bring it after this for a while. Let's call this letter B. Write in summation notation. 3 plus 8 plus 13 plus 18, blah, blah, blah. Let's say n equals 9. All right, so go ahead. I will do a book check. See if you can write that in summation notation. Where you need your explicit formula. All right, guys, to finish up, let's check this out. n equals 1. What is the top story of our house, ladies and gentlemen? 9. You're going to count n equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Your explicit formula, a sub n equals 3 plus n minus 1. What is our d here, ladies and gentlemen? 5. You could put this in there, but it's a little bit simpler to go like this. Reverse distribute, kind of. We get 5n minus 2. Plug that in. 5n minus 2. Again, the last two problems, you're going to need to figure out this on your own, the last term. Just plug in the 9. Boom, out pops your last term. So we studied two things today, ladies and gentlemen. Two things. Sigma notation, the summation notation. And, if you turn backwards, we studied how to add up a series. We studied how to add up a series. I can't find it here. It's hidden here. If you forget how to add up a series, remember, it's just the number of terms divided by 2 and the first and the last. That's the only two things we did today.